Hi guys, and welcome to another Fool of the Week. This week's Fool is someone who you may or may not be familiar with. His name is Darren Grimes. So a bit like his idol Liz Truss, he started out as a Liberal Democrat, but perhaps saw that it wasn't a very profitable endeavour, so he jumped on board the right-wing bandwagon and became a Brexiteer. He won his first seat at the local elections this year, where he was elected to the Durham Council. But because he's made a bit of a name for himself as a campaigner against everything woke, it means that he can't represent his constituents to the best of his ability. Well, let's hear from Darren himself.
So since being elected, it's been a totally wild ride, and I've genuinely enjoyed myself, even though every single day is difficult and a learning curve. Being able to actually deliver for people, being able to speak to people in some of the most harrowing scenarios in which I've ever encountered in my professional life. It's been incredibly rewarding to be able to help, or at least try and help people in what is considered to be the most deprived region in the country. It's a place I love, and I always will love it. It's why I wanted to do this. It's why I left Teleland to do this, to actually serve the people of County Durham. But my friends, I face suspension. I face suspension already. The election was only in May. You move fast, Grimesy, that's what they'll say. Guess what for? Well, I tweeted and I said this. I said that I would never, ever undertake or choose to take or, without being compelled or coerced, take DEI or net zero training. I simply wouldn't do it. I said that. I'm facing suspension for saying that. I kid you not. This is what's happened. It makes a sham out of democracy. I wasn't elected by the people in County Durham to undertake DEI and net zero training. I was elected to fight for them to be able to afford their energy bills, to get decent jobs, to not actually be selected, put to the back of the queue because of the colour of their skin or whether or not they're a woman, whatever diversity box you want to tick. And I make no apologies for that. I don't. So it's going to be an interesting one, isn't it?
Okay. He's a strange individual. Now, look, your job as a councillor is to do your job. It's to represent your constituents, to represent the council, to put in place measures to protect everyone or to improve everyone's lives. You're not supposed to pick and choose. Now, what he's talking about here when he talks about, I'm not signing up to diversity trade, DEI, which of course is the American term. I don't know why the right wing keep using the American term, but the diversity training and climate change training. Well, think about it for a second. Why would councillors need to get training on climate change? Well, what are things that could impact a council? Flooding, for example. So what is the connection between climate change and flooding? What are the measures that could be put in place to protect communities from flooding or from fires and things like that, which we're seeing more and more of? And of course, when there is a hurricane or some sort of natural disaster, councils have to be ready to put in place measures to protect citizens and to try and prevent some of the worst damage. So this is what the training involves. When it comes to DEI, which he's referring to, diversity training, it's making sure that everyone in the council, everyone who lives in the district, in the area, it gets the services that they need. Because different communities have different requirements. Different aspects of society have different requirements. For example, disabled people have different requirements to able-bodied people. The elderly have different requirements to the young. And it's important that councillors understand these things. So in order to understand them, they have to do training. Now, he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do the training necessary so that he can provide the best service to the constituents or the people in the council. Because he disagrees with it. He doesn't understand it, but he disagrees with it. So he's taking an active approach to this by saying, I do not want to represent everyone in my constituency. I don't want to make sure that everyone in the council gets the services they need. Then why the hell did you sign up to become a councillor in the first place? Is it a case that you just got bored and you realize, hey, I don't want to do this anymore because I thought it'd be about, attacking asylum seekers and having champagne lunches with Nigel Farage, and it didn't turn out to be like that. No, you're elected to be a councillor to do things for the council, to make sure that when it comes to the climate, that there are measures put in place to protect people and to clean up after disasters, and of course to represent the needs of different sections of society. And in order to do so, you need the training, because obviously you don't have any abilities when it comes to these things. This is why he's our Fool of the Week, and I'll see you next time for our next Fool of the Week.